I want to show how I colored these bunnies using the Stampin' Blends. The Stampin' Blends, if you're new to them, they're different than the markers. They're alcohol based, and there's 2 shades of every color so that you can have shading on your projects. So I just want to show you some different ways you can color, how I did it, and give you some options when you get to this. So first you'll stamp your bunny, and when you're using blends, you want to use the Memento Black ink. And when you use markers, you want to use Stays On or Archival Black, because that's just the markers. That's how it works. I won't go into it right now for time. Okay, so I did on my bunny, you can see there's kind of different shades of brown, and so I started with the dark, and I am not at all a professional or even anywhere near a watercolor or blend person, but I just kind of put dark around the edges. And I'm going to show you a simple, if you don't want to worry about blending, I'll show you how you can just color it straight and it's fine too. But if you like to have some different shades going on, then you just, I kind of sometimes follow the shades they already have or just do edges. Then I would come in with the lighter color, and the dark does get a little lighter as it sits there, and I pull that dark into it some. You'll be using blends on the rooster card too, so it's the same thing. I think this crumb cake might be time to get a new one. Used it a lot. Okay, and that's it kind of doesn't look super well blended right now, or I might want a little more dark, so I just keep playing with it, add a little more dark where I feel like it needs it. I forgot to do his face. Or hers. This might be a her. I'm going to put a pink shirt on her, so whatever floats your boat. Okay. So I just kind of keep shading that, and you get a little bit of different shades. I don't know if that's showing up. Gosh, is my bunny even in the camera? I hope so. The way my holder's set up, I can't really see it all. All right, so then on the belly, I just, you can leave it white. I'll show you that option. But I just colored with the crumb cake, the light color. But I'll show you how you can lift some color. There's this white color lifter, so if you want even a little bit lighter shade in the middle of your belly, it's like after you do it, it kind of lightens. Again, I don't know if it's showing very well in the video. Then for the shirt, I again did the dark. Oh, I hope this is showing up. I did the dark like in the crevices, kind of in the edges. It's so not anything perfect. It's just giving multiple shades. And then came in with, this is the Flirty Flamingo. My older ones, I've put a label on them. I just got these in, so I haven't labeled them yet. You can get your binocular, your magnifying glass out and read the labels that come on the markers. But, and so I just shade, and I would let your black dry a little. I feel like it's, and then you just get multi-colors. Keep pulling that dark up. And the ears, you can just color one pink. This pink is different than the Flirty Flamingo, or you could do 2 shades too, which I've done on some of them. I missed a little bit of his ear. Doesn't have to be perfect, but if you want to add it back, you can. Okay, so that's, and then when you go to do the buttons, I don't, instead of the brush tip, I almost always use brush tip when I'm coloring, but for the buttons I used, they're so tiny, I just use this other edge to color. So that is a bunny where I used lots of shading. This is one I did earlier where I still use the shading, but I just left the tummy white, so that's an option. And this whole sheet will be on the table. If you don't want to worry about shading, you can just color your bunny a light brown or a dark brown. I think this one has no shading, and you can leave the tummy white or do the lighter crumb cake. And I just colored both shirts with the blue, the dark balmy blue, and I did not do any shading, and they're still super cute. So this shows you some different options. You can make it as fancy or as simple as you want. And then once you've done your coloring, the card comes together really fast. You just attach that layer. Oh, see, I don't even have my paper over here, but you would lay your strip of DSP, whether it's blue or pink, across the front, dimensionals under your bunny to pop it up, and then you tie a bow out of the organdy ribbon, and you'll attach that with a glue dot. And these sequins, on one of my other projects had sequins, but you had to add the glue dot. These already have the glue dot. And the best way to pick them up, there's different colors you can pick from, but is to take your scissors or piercing tool and get underneath there to get that. If you just yank it, you'll pull it right off the glue dot. So get under there, pick it up, and move it to your project. And that's the bunny.